Welcome back to ESL Pro League. Here with Eric, the Bears. How's it going?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing okay.
Doing okay?
Not that great.
How do we get it up to great? Oh yeah. We did find out, if you guys tuned into the first map, just before we get into this, Selfless versus OpTic is the series we're watching. Selfless had a good lead on the first map to start things out. OpTic came back off the back of Tarek, who ended with 38 kills. That was on Cash. Now we're going to be on Mirage. But before we dive into that, when we started that first map, Eric's team, he's coaching CLG Red. They were up 13-2 in the first half. And going into the second half, when he took his eye off it, it was 13-4.
So you know, it was
what happened
13-2. I was like, oh, time to cast. They got it. You know,
yeah.
T-side's usually better. They lose.
You actually said those words as well.
Yes, and they lost in the fourth overtime.
Well, double overtime. 4 halves of overtime.
Oh yeah, whatever. I don't care, Jason.
It's just so flustered.
I don't care.
So Mirage will be tough for Selfless. I mean, how do you? That's the thing. They had such a good start on Cash that you really felt like they were going to run away with it, but then Tarek happens. Yeah,
Tarek carried the team on his back, and Selfless is the type of team to where they, you know, they seem to do worse when they're losing. So I don't know. It's going to take a lot for them just to get back in this game, and right now they do have looks like a default kind of pistol setup. And OpTic's playing heavy towards A, so if they go A, Selfless is going to have to hit some shots, or they're going to lose the round.
Yeah, Rush has a smoke, and he's playing underneath the balcony, or he's on top of the balcony actually right now. So waiting for any indication of what this hit might be, and more than likely just going to be smoking off Palace. And the rest of Selfless is coming to line up. It's only Nifty with the smoke of his own. That's looking like it's going to be for CT Spawn.
Stanislav is spotting the halls, so Stanislav's in a weird spot if they come up A ramp and check that sandwich spot.
Yeah, well, a good crossfire here. Mixwell on top of the ticket booth is not going to get anything, and no one actually flushes out Stanislav, and Rush falls immediately after as well. Reminder that Selfless won both pistol rounds on Cash and still lost the map, so OpTic is yet to win a pistol here. And there's Mixwell and Naf evening things up in a 3-on-3. The aggression continues down into a 2-on-2. Somehow OpTic has made this work. They've come back in this. Nifty alone. He's underneath balcony. He's got nowhere to go. He's just got to hit his shots, and he doesn't even get a bullet off.
Yeah, they planted for the A ramp and everything, and they had 4 people pushing towards that jungle area.
It seems like they wanted that plant to be for jungle and connector, and they wanted to take that over. They wanted to just, you know, forget about CT spawn altogether, make sure they took over jungle. But with such a huge event, this is a 5-on-3, and they've barely taken any damage. And then from here, they're just eliminated one by one.
Yeah, you can't let them pick you off so many, like one by one like that, especially if you have OpTic in that little choke point area. You should be able to hit those shots.
Huge advantage for that fight, for sure, especially because they had such a big advantage in numbers in a 5-on-3. So a big mistake from Selfless allows OpTic to get the first round and the pistol round on the CT side of Mirage.
Yeah, I think after you have those initial 2 kills off the bat, maybe you should kind of slow it down and play more of a standard kind of setup where, you know, keep guys T-ramp, because once you overextend, you run into more counters, and then that's more chances to get caught.
Well, speaking of overextension, Tarek is up here, but he's not going to get caught. He sprays down 3, can't get the pistol out in time. It's Naf's turn to recover. And Famas has no bullets in it, as Mitch just found out, unfortunately, and by the time he reloads, Rush is already here to bail OpTic out. So Mitch is the last one left with only 5 HP. He's got the bomb, but he's also getting flanked from behind, and Stan is just going to clean things up.
Tarek, the Eco Cobra. I think a lot of those kills last game were a lot of them were Eco kills.
I think so.
I think so.
Well, he did get that ace on the anti-eco. Outside of that, I think, I mean, overall, he just had...
I mean, he got a lot of kills, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
He got a lot of kills on gun round, but I think a lot of them were on Eco, too. It's always there in the Eco.
Well, you know, when you get 38 kills, you've got to have a lot of all different kinds. Early buy because of the plant on pistol round from Selfless, and it's going to be an A-rush. Stan, he gets blinded a little bit, but he's called it out, and here's Rush. There's nothing to block this cross. They line up. He's done good damage, but unfortunately doesn't get the kill. Mixwell is brought extremely low. And actually, Selfless has done a good job of forcing OpTic away so they can get the bomb plant. Even without a smoke CT spawn, those flashbangs were timed nicely. It's a 5-on-4 situation. There's plenty of utility on the OpTic side, and there's only 1 smoke left that just gets used by Breezy. So how does OpTic want to approach this? Neither the Molotovs are used quite yet. There's one of them. That's going to force Caboose away. And here it comes. The nade takes him out. One in connector, two towards mountain, one on A ramp. The retake is underway. Stanislav with another one, and Mixwell also. Breezy responds, but it's slowly dwindling for him. Selfless, can they let another one go? Mitch is going to have to come through the smoke, but I think the bomb's gone too far. There's a kit on Mixwell, but he's not even there yet, and Mitch plays the smoke perfectly. Mixwell gets off the bomb. It seemed like he might stick that for a second, but a good win from Selfless, but you could see that deteriorating.
Yeah, very nice retake by OpTic, but came up a little too short. I would like, again, if it's like 4 and 4, 5 and 4 situation, you can't have everyone hiding. You have to have a couple people on contact, kind of spotting and then baiting them. See, like, they got 2 kills off the bat, and teams aren't exchanging kills there. But, I mean, it works, so.
Yeah, I mean, it did work in the end, but another buy here out of OpTic, and this is pretty aggressive in terms of their money. 2 scouts, no armor on Stanislav, 2 FAMAs as well, no kits. And the response for this is to be a little bit aggressive towards A ramp. There's Rush and Naf who've set up a decent bait and switch setup on that A ramp, and Mixwell pushing up on catwalk. He gets a nice dink in onto Mitch down to 25, and no one's even been damaged up a little bit. He's just going to bail out after that damage he's dealt.
Yeah, OpTic though, they have Rush pushing the A ramp, so Nafly and Stanislav's going to be kind of focused on this A halls. Nifty's going to try to get a pick, but Nafly looks like he's looking towards in this area. He's about to peek on him and gets Nifty caught off guard right now. It looks like Selfless is going to take the bomb towards B halls.
I don't like that play from Nifty. I like the idea of it, but since there's no pressure being put anywhere else on the map, since it's pretty much silent, there's no reason for anyone from OpTic to rotate. So he's basically walking into a situation where there could be anywhere from 2 to 3 people there, and so many angles that he has to check. Now Tarek's going to chime in, and Mixwell, I mean, he just finishes off some of the damage he's doing earlier. Breezy is trying his best to get some entries, but Mixwell is going to have things covered. It's down into a 1-on-3. He's in the site, but it's not under his control. Stan is here as well, just waiting for the sound of that bomb plant, but Naf doesn't even let him initiate the bomb plant.
Yeah, it's a smart thing that you said about Nifty. You have to wait and have a little more patience and then lurk out halls once they start making a move on the other side of the map.
Yeah, only Olaf Meister can really walk out of Palace and win all 3 of those fights that he would have had. I
mean, that's Olaf Meister, though, and the angle that, I mean, I guess it was just unfortunate for Nifty that he peeked at that angle, but again, I mean, it's so risky to do something like that. Caboose, just giving Nafly just 1D right there, why not?
Just giving him the D. Well, Stanislav's going to peek next with the SMG. He returns the favor, and now the rest of Selfless, look how low they are. Look how much damage they've eaten. They're going to transfer back towards the A bomb site, but I don't think it'll matter. One HE could essentially clean this entire team up if it's timed properly, so I don't think Selfless really has a chance here.
No, OpTic is playing with supreme confidence right now. They're just peeking, they're running around, they're just clearing angles without hesitation. This is definitely in favor for OpTic to just be able to peek anything they want and get kills. Like, the confidence is so high for OpTic, especially coming back.
Stan's loving it as well with that SMG. Just a couple easy bonus money kills.
Gotta get the money.
That's a nice shot from Caboose as the nade rings past. That's the nade that did all the damage as well. So nice dig from him, but in the end it means close to 0. Half investment now, a little bit of a force buy from the Selfless side of things. The losing bonus is starting to build up. It's going to be at 2 rounds, so they'll be able to buy in the next one. They'll be able to have their rifles. They might be lacking an AWP.
Yeah.
But we'll have to see. If they get a plant here, I think that might be a viable option. Tarek's going to be playing close up, though. He drops a smoke. They're going to have to come through that. They're going to have to come through another one if they want to get... Oh, what? Nifty just backwards jumping, and he punishes Tarek. But there's not much more that's being gained after that. Mixwell with 2. The win here is the bomb plant, if they can get that. That crazy entrance from Nifty should do it. The nade's out, doesn't get the kill, brings Caboose down to about 13, so there's the bomb plant. Selfless is going to be happy with this round no matter what. Anything after this is just a bonus. A dink onto Rush, but he gets that kill anyways. Nifty's the next one up. The retake, heavily advantaged until Nifty chimes in with another one. He's the one who started this all out, and he's finally taken down. 3 kills for him. This is fantastic damage to the economy and even the bomb plant, so Selfless is going to be happy with that for sure.
Yeah, now they'll be able to have an alt if they want one with that plant. And they got some guns.
That's style points for Nifty. Through that smoke, jumping backwards.
It was like a moonwalk.
I actually heard the collective tilt of Dazed and Ryu at the desk from across the room when that happened.
Like, what? Lots of money, though, still on OpTic. Stanislav has 9,000 with a gun. OpTic and Tarek's in buy op. Looks like Nifty will be opping, so that plant definitely helped him out. Otherwise, they would not have gotten that op. At least glass cannon.
Well, yeah, it would have been glass cannon for sure. Or maybe light armor with no utility. Either way, it would have been a much weaker buy. Is essentially what we're getting at. Nice shot through the smoke, just knowing the angle brings Naf down to 13 HP. Mixwell off Catwalk, gonna try and do some chip damage as well, but it's not gonna work.
Nifty though is trying to peek through that smoke. He's not going to see anyone because Mixwell's in the ladder room. He's holding it right now. And you kind of see the confidence. He heard the op in middle, and Mixwell still kind of peeked in the smoke angle just a little bit. So it shows that OpTic is just running around and
willing to take fights.
They're willing to take fights. Their confidence is nice.
Well, they're up 5-1. And it's complete mid control for Selfless. I mean, that damage on the nav prevents. You know, he's had to rotate to a new position. He's gonna be up on Catwalk, and he's just at an angle to spot someone coming up connector. Falls back now.
And this isn't connector.
Yeah, this is looking like it's going to be an A play no matter what, because the bomb and one other player for Selfless are over towards A ramp. 2 towards the connector as well. Breezy is just basically a distraction, and it's working at the moment. 2 players dedicated to the B bomb site. Mixwell is in ladder room, so he hasn't even been brought over, and there's nice 1 kill on the A side. Yeah, that's sick from Nifty. It's Mixwell's turn. Can he get that second one? No. Rush now guarding the cross. Once again, it's not smoked off. And thankfully, they wait for at least that Molotov. Now a flashbang comes in, but they have a smoke they could use to do this, and they're very fortunate that it's not converted into a kill.
Yeah, if they didn't op in that angle, they'd be really upset at the end of the round. But Raj killing Caboose in the middle. They have 2 people in the connector area with Tarek coming through CT ramp, and Mitch is stuck at Firebox, so if they use any of the Molotovs, not playing the Molotov, which he does,
yeah,
Tarek
he just melts. You can see the damage is dealt, and he falls apart. So flashbang now towards Nifty, or excuse me, that's a Molotov. But Naf, he misses the initial shot, comes back for it, and it's just the opera. It's just Nifty left in a 1-on-2, and he's got to really guess where Rush is going to peek from, and he's got to get aggressive. It's not planted for him. And this is not good. There's no kit, but he's probably going to win it anyways. Rush knows all he have to do is stop him from coming up, and actually Nifty just completely bails out. He gives up the round, so Selfless. They had the advantages, but they cannot hold against that retake.
Interesting just to fall back like that. I mean, I guess he wanted to save the op, but I mean, what does that tell your team that you're just willing to run away on a 1-on-2 with a bomb down in your favor? I don't know. That's a very questionable move, in my opinion.
I think if he knows that there's no kit, I think maybe he goes for that. I think he just assumed there was going to be a kit, to be honest with you, because I mean there was only 2 seconds left. If he'd had a kit, I think it was only about 2 seconds he would have had to get there. It would have been impossible. But yeah, either way, I mean, much like Pistron, it's a round they give up. A leg from Tarek onto Nifty at the top mid. He's going to fall away safely, content with that damage.
Looks like Breezy's holding that B halls, and Mitch is going to A ramp. OpTic though, they've been playing pretty much a middle B heavy counter setup. It's been working really well, being able to flank through that connector every time they hit through A. So Selfless needs to be aware of that every time they hit A, expect a couple people coming from Catwalk or window just to hop down the middle.
Mixwell looks very antsy on Catwalk. He's very much wants to peek this, it feels like, and Tarek has that aggressive angle at the AWP, so he's looking to catch someone off guard. He's got the opportunity, but he eats a bullet through the corner of the wall. He's down to 15. That can't make you happy. So, I mean, at least the damage is essentially evened up between Nifty and Tarek. The 2 offers very low, and Mitch just trying to lurk up this A ramp. He's blinded, but OpTic has no idea he's here, so he's in a great playmaking position. The question is he going to start off the action, or is he going to be a lurker?
I think he's going to start off the action because he's in the open, in the bomb site now with Caboose and connector, so they know that no one's in the connector or stairs area. Mitch, though, he's just literally in the bomb site, and I don't think anyone from OpTic knows. Now they know.
The tough part is they've all rotated away from the B bomb site. They've all left it. So, I mean, once this B hit comes in, this is entirely a fake, and there's a kill for Mitch jumping up. He does get dropped eventually, and now there's going to be a pinch towards this B bomb site. It's going to be all on Mixwell. What can he do from Catwalk? Here's the plant going down, and he's going to sneak in all on his own, and Napline not even checking his corners. He's a kill for Caboose. It's traded off, and there goes Mixwell. Stan's just got to save this round. So finally, not only a second round for Selfless, but a round they can't possibly lose. Yeah,
Stanislav was playing that, I think, a little too passive. I don't know I don't I don't know why he was playing so passive. OpTic had 5 people alive, and he was pretty much the solo A guy, and he's just literally not even peeking anything. And Mitch just walked. He literally just walked in the bomb site.
Yeah.
No one saw anything.
That's
kind of weird.
He had a good 10 to 15 seconds where he was up that ramp and no one had spotted him whatsoever. So a little bit curious. And the big thing about it is because they had no information there, it felt like OpTic, someone communicated that it was going to be a hit towards the A bomb site because they had 4 players over towards that A site. So misreading of the situation by OpTic, and now they might finally be forced onto pistols. I mean, they're going to have the op, and behind the op that's passed over to Mixwell, they're going to get armor with it.
Stanislaw bought pistol armor. He doesn't have a lot of money, though.
He's the one who saved the op, so he's just he's keeping that from last round. Mixwell is the one who bought the armor because of the op that he had.
He just jumps down connector. He jumps out window to connector.
Good find from Mitch, and now it's Stanislaw trying to play the pillar, trying to bait out the recoil, and it's working. He's bait out the recoil and the bullets, but he can't complete it on his own, and that reload time of the CZ is just no fun sometimes.
No, it's not. They nerf the crap out of their gun, and it's really hard to just reload, and it's usually a one-clip kill. And
All you have to do is press R, Eric.
Hmm?
All you have to do is press R.
Oh, yeah?
It's pretty simple.
It takes so long, though, in the middle of a fight. You just pulled it out. It's like 3-4 seconds of just... You're fumbling with that thing.
Well, Mixwell and Nifty look like they're going to be the next players in a duel. And look at this gamble by OpTic. I like it. 3 players over towards the B bomb site. Mixwell in middle.
Oh,
and this timing is not in his favor, but this one might be. Nifty is getting a little bit more antsy. I don't know if he's definitely not going to expect this push. So a free kill for Mixwell. He's even going to get away before anyone can go up the ramp. He knows there's an AK now, an underpass, because he hears the bullets. But that one kill might force them into the stack. So this is doable for OpTic. They have a chance here. They have no utility. They have only armor on Stanislaw. And they only have pistols.
Oh, this looks so bad for Selfless. Even though OpTic does have pistols, they're just stacking this bomb site, and they're walking into a trap.
Yeah, Stan is boosted up as well. Yeah, now even Mixwell is going to come flanking through underpass. So all that OpTic really has to do, they need to get a couple kills, but they need to delay even more for Mixwell to get into the action from behind. There it is. That's the bomb as well. They've got to turn around. Stan gets one, nap the other one. It's a disaster for Selfless, and OpTic come out on top.
That's just heartbreaking. How many times have I said that with Selfless? This is heartbreaking.
There's something really sadistic about the fact that I can just look over and look at the pain in Ryu's face every time they lose a round like this. I'm loving it.
Oh my goodness. It's just, it's like they're winning. Like as they first start winning, they win a round, and the next round they get so scared all of a sudden, and then they just blow it.
Well, this is a goodbye. Well, not a goodbye. This is a force up for the Selfless side of things. Tech 9, a lot of utility all over the place. Plenty of flashes, plenty of smokes and Molotovs. And here comes the execute, but standing in the fire, they've got to run through it. So much damage is being taken by Mitch and Caboose. They're going to continue this aggression. Everyone is blind, the defense and the offense. Stan eventually comes out on top. No one's cleared out Mixwell, but he's still blind. And finally, Rush, I mean, OpTic just grabs a hold of this round. It seems so hectic for such a long time, but it's all in their favor now. Breezy does have the bomb. He could bail out to the B side if he wanted to, but he's going to go for the win. He's trying to pick someone off rotating back into a weird position. And he might get it here with Stanislaw.
I like that smokes that they tossed and flashes in the A. I wish they would probably do that in a gun round and then keep one person to reflank the connector after they execute. I think it would work against OpTic because they're playing a really passive A, heavy B setup. So if they could smoke them off, it's gonna be. They could probably guarantee a bomb plant at least on a gun round. Holding it though is a whole nother story.
Yeah, they have shown problems with holding this in. Actually, Breezy, this could be brilliant if he jumps up to check this because Rush isn't looking this way at all, but he doesn't actually do it. He tries to bait out the peak, and actually he succeeds. Just not ready to punish it. So 8-2 now for OpTic Gaming as they take control. And because of such a heavy investment in the last match or last round, Selfless cannot buy again here.
Yeah, if he didn't make that noise hopping up, he probably would have gotten the plant down because it kind of alerted Rush that he's in the bomb site. And they needed the bomb down on that round because they planted smokes and flashes just to get the bomb down. I mean, of course, you want to win the round, but the secondary objective is just get the bomb down, and just failed to do so. He had the opportunity.
This is one of the more selfless games I've ever seen. Being so kind in giving up all these rounds.
It's like, hey, why don't you have some rounds, OpTic, please? Take it.
Well, Rush gets a kill. Caboose jumping up, and Stanislaw wants to get into the action as well. So does Mixwell. Everyone wants to be involved in the slaughter. Nifty's the last one left, and not for long.
And now you see OpTic just kind of almost like they're pugging it now. They're just running out, taking fights, whatever they can. Just no cares in the world. They feel like they've already won this game.
It certainly feels like they have, right? Even the rounds where Selfless gets themselves an advantage, but even the rounds they've had some great executes, it's something happens, something fatally flawed in the rest of the round that gives it right back. So this time it's no map control, no mid control for Selfless, which they've done for most of this half. It's just going to be a direct execute onto the A bomb site. All 5 players here. It's going to happen very early on. Stands at an off angle inside the site, but he's in the open as well, and he gets caught. Rush does trade Caboose off. But the site for the moment is lost until Naf gets here, and Breezy is not ready for that peek. Jumps right into the bullet, yeah. Having a good time. So Naf is going to grab a new angle and almost catches the planner, but meanwhile, everyone from Selfless is just falling in turn, and Rush and Tarek end things. So it's going to be 10-2 now.
We get the bomb down. They had the first kill and then just falls apart. Again, it just falls apart after the post plant. It's like they're trying to rush to get into positioning, and the positions that they're trying to go to is so aggressive. It's not working. It's not working at all.
Yeah. Well, at this point, you have to feel like they just are losing the rounds that they did early on, like the pistol round especially, and a couple of the other rounds where they've had an advantage and they've given up. I think there was a post plant somewhere around like round 5 or 6. That's got to be so stressful, and it's got to be like, what do we have to do to actually win this? And then you look at Tarek and what he's doing, just pushing upper B with a Molotov. I mean, it's a 5-on-3 so quick, and it's just got to feel hopeless, I guess, is what I'm getting at. It's hopeless.
It feels hopeless, but I think Selfless is trying too hard and too
too hard?
So it's not like I mean like they're overreaching. Okay. It's like, you know, you're talking to a lady. If you look like you're trying too hard, they're gonna get turned off by that, Jason. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
You can't call them 10 times in a night. They get turned off by it. Even if they like you, they make, wow, this guy's a psycho. Yes, I've done that once. I've done that once, okay? I've learned it from, you know, I think we all have this experience at least once in our lives where we like a person, like, oh, yeah, and then we just blow it by just calling them too much. And Selfless, they're calling that lady way too much. They just sit back and, you know, not overreach.
I don't know where to go from that one. I like the metaphor. Well, we'll see if Selfless can holler at any ladies in this round. It's a 2-on-4.
Boosted window, which is a chance.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's a chance. You might as well go for the bombshell, right? Stanislaw's going to pick off Nifty. Tarek has got the angle on Breezy as well. So 11-2. No fun for Selfless.
Not at all. And they are probably, you know, I would call it timeout like 5. Oh, they call it now. What do you know?
I need a timeout. I wonder if we're allowed to call timeouts. After I'm at a loss for words still.
Jason, it's okay. You know, you don't have to say any words. I just want your aura next to me, okay? That's all I need. That's all I need. I don't need your words.
Okay.
I like your words.
All right, well, take it away. What have you got for us?
Jason, what? I mean, I have to have your words, though.
Okay. All right,
yeah.
So we're back in that.
We're back in that.
Yeah, dominant from OpTic Gaming in this half, obviously. I mean, what can you really say? There's just been too many rounds given up. That's the crazy thing. If there's the two rounds in specific stick out in my mind that if they had won, this is a completely different half. I mean, at least 5 rounds for Selfless, surely.
I think Pistol's probably
Pistol was definitely the big one. Yeah.
It was a big one. They had advantage. They had the man advantage. They had the bomb down, and they all decided, well, we got 2 kills. Let's just continue rushing through the jungle area, and they couldn't kill a guy creeping out of the cubbyhole.
Now take that Counter-Strike concept and convert it into the dating scene.
So, I mean, you know, you're taking out a lady out to eat, and, you know, you hand her some wine, or yourself have some wine. It's having a good time. Oh, after one thing of wine, oh, it's going great. But then you have a little too much wine. All right, you're on your 4th glass, and then the one gets a little sloppy, and that's what happened right there. They got pretty sloppy. All right, they got sloppy drunk.
That actually
Jason.
turned out a little bit better than I expected it to. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, so 4 glasses of wine for Selfless so far tonight is what we're getting at.
It's too much.
It's way too much.
Way too much. Sometimes you get the kills, you have to stop and be like, wait a minute, let's stop pushing. Let's sit back. Let's sit back and play the bomb.
Yeah, yeah. That would have been great. 2 glasses of wine is what.
2 glasses
of
wine
what you're saying is necessary.
That's the the level that you want to be at.
Yeah, you just want to ride that nice.
It goes up,
two
it goes
glasses.
up, and then after 2 glasses, it goes straight down.
Just plummet.
You just plummet, and then you get you start slurring, and you get cross-eyed, and they look at you funny. You're like, it's not me, I promise. It's the wine talking. What can you do about it?
What can you do about it?
Have some water in between wines. If it's a long night. If it's a long night, have some waters in between wine.
Oh, yeah. I usually do shots of tequila, I think.
Well, Jason, you're a special exception. You're a tank.
Well, okay, so back onto the Tech 9s. There's 2 rounds left in the half. This is looking like it's going to be a B-split. Fast up catwalk, although not fast enough for Tarek. He gets in a position, but that Molotov isn't going to do too much. Although he drops in a decent proportion, but Caboose recovers nicely after getting dinked, and actually so does Nifty, so it's down into a 2-on-3 rushes here, though. He can't land that shot. Nifty's so low, and he still isn't able to find it. Finally gets that headshot. And now this position that he's garnered himself, Rush is in a great spot to delay this. Although Breezy, he's jumping right through the window of the market. He's going to flank behind Nap, and that's going to work right at the end. Low HP, but he somehow finds it. Rush is going to go forward, gets that kill. He's got 2. He's got to complete the hat trick as Caboose trying to use the sound to work his way around this pillar, and he's going to miss the shot. That's an easy cleanup for Rush.
That was shooting people in the back seems to be a problem this game, or this series. Got already a couple kills lost because they failed to kill a person in the back. And Selfless, it's not good when you have 100 HP and you shoot a person and you end up with 1 HP. It's not a good feeling, Jason.
Well, it seems like Selfless is out of ideas because now it's just an A-rush. And, I mean, maybe this is what they needed all along. Good opening kill. And there's the rebuttal. Rush and Nafla each with 1, and you just knew they were going to give that advantage up at some point. Here comes Tarek with the AWP, going to drop down, and he gets that, the no-scope. It's just Nifty in a 1-on-3. Tarek can't complete that. He can't convert that one. They're not all meant to be, but now blind. Nifty still gets the spray down into the toes of Tarek. So much more to do. Mixwell, he's got to be a little bit careful, because Naf is only at 8 HP, so you don't just want to give your life up needlessly.
No, and the problem with this round is that they smoked off after 2 people died crossing the connector area. It's like, why not do that beforehand? Why not save your teammates by smoking? And Nifty right here, he's kind of in a stuck situation. They know he has to be in this either Tetris or sandwich area. It looks like he's going to try to wait out, maybe outthink them. And then, ooh, Mixwell.
I mean, it works.
And Nafly's right on the other side of the mountain, so I don't know what Mixwell was doing right there. Like, I thought at least his teammate was near him for him to do that. But Nafly now's going to be flanking. And Nifty, though, can he get in a good position? I mean, he probably picks...
Yeah, I mean, it's all about... I mean, it's going to be so tough, obviously, because at a certain point, Naf, with this HP, he has to basically just win by the fact of surprising Nifty. But with the bomb timer coming down so low, he's got to walk so far, so he doesn't have a whole lot of options of where he can clear. And if he misses a single shot, he's done. And he's going to miss that first or second one. And Nifty just takes him down. So a 3rd round on the board for Selfless off the back of a rush towards that A bomb site. So they get 1 finally at the end, but so many rounds, so many opportunities given up by Selfless. That's kind of the theme of this first half. Moving into the second one, you can't feel like there's a lot of opportunities or chances for them, but we'll have to see if they can get back into it when we return from the break.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Soylent, Xfinity, Logitech G, Pay Safeguard, The Score Esports, Mountain Dew, and ESEA.
Welcome back, everybody, to ESL Pro. I don't know what that was, the flourish.
Maybe a golf swing? Are you a golfer?
No, I'm not, actually. I don't think that's anywhere near a golf swing, by the way.
Maybe, what's that one with the birdie?
Badminton?
Or the cock and bowl, or what's it called? Shuttlecock.
Where do you come up with this?
I don't know.
You just wanted to say cock on air, didn't you?
No.
Unbelievable. He's not an athlete, ladies and gentlemen.
I played hockey for 12 years, okay? I was.
Actually, you did do you did an Ironman, didn't you?
2010?
Yeah.
That was hard.
I can imagine. Yes, that would be.
Even training for a year.
Well, you certainly do not know your way around a shuttlecock.
No, I do not. No, I do not, Jason.
12-3 lead for OpTic on the T side of Mirage. And there's only utility on Rush. He's got a smoke, flash, and equally on Caboose, he's got the kit. He's got a smoke as well. And it's just basically a very, very passive pistol round from OpTic. Everyone's spread out. So no one really clumped up as a team to indicate anywhere this is going to be a hit quite yet. There is a lean towards the B bomb site for Selfless. And actually, now that there's a readjustment, a realignment of this Terra setup, looked like it was going to be towards the bomb site, but that dream's basically dead. No one with a nice kill. Breezy peeking off Catwalk. That's a nice tap. Going for more, and he gets it. He's got Selfless started off on the right foot in this CT pistol round. It's a 5-on-2, and Rush is going to fall as well. Nap does get one kill coming out of Palace, but the bomb is all the way in B halls, and he's got 4 defenders between him.
And they're all going the same way, so if he's... Oh, he spots 2 of them at least, and now they're going to swarm in. It looks like he's going to play a little more passive. They're all looking towards him, and hopefully Selfless cannot lose this round.
Yeah, surely this cannot happen. He's only got 18 bullets left, so you figure with the amount he might miss that he's just going to run out of bullets, and it'll be an easy win for Selfless from there. Maybe that's the strategy. He's going to go for more. Lands the headshot. He's got a one-on-one here. Now he can get a new gun. There's 20 seconds left, though, and the bomb is so far away. He's got to hunt both these kills down. He can't even afford to try and do anything else. He actually sees Mitch here, and he's going to lose that fight. But for a moment there, you kind of started to believe.
I was sweating there for a second. It's like, oh, geez. Hopefully they don't lose that pistol. But Selfless, they seem to be doing well on pistol. Pistols is something that they're on top of the ball of. But let's see if they're able to not lose this eco. And be able to continue this run. You know, it's not impossible, Jason. They're on CT side.
I like this from OpTic, though. I mean, they have no reason to even try and force buy and try and win this round. They have so many to play with, even though they are on the T side of Mirage, which can be a little bit tough. No reason to go into force buy and put yourself in some weird economy where the CT side builds up so much bank in the first 5 rounds that it just becomes nearly impossible to reset their economy. So I don't mind this kind of conservative decision from OpTic.
Yeah, I think it's the best play. Why force it up when you can use rifles and just run around and headshot them? I mean, they're just dominating Selfless last 2 maps, at least the run that they've been going on. So why risk it? Why risk it, Jason?
Why risk it?
I don't know. Looks like Mitch does spot them in the halls, and now he does get blinded, though, coming out. He does headshot no one. No one's low, and finally taken out, though. Mitch exchanging. Looks like it's a 2-on-3. They're going to get the bomb down, which is huge.
Yeah, this is massive, actually. With very little to utilize to get to this situation. They're going to double peek wide, and I mean, it's a good thought. Why not just go for it? Breezy's prepared, though. So 5th round for Selfless. They sustain, but with that plant, they didn't get one in the pistol round, but with that plant, they could actually do an early buy here if they want to.
I think they will. I mean, with all the confidence, it's not like they're playing a team that's giving them that much trouble. They did last map, but it seems like OpTic is just running away with it, and they are going to buy an off-fly, though. Are you going to buy an off there? No. They're going to play it safe. They're going to get all rifles, get some utility. Let's see what the Rush, though. He gets a Galil. That's kind of a gun that Hare used to buy all the time, Galil. He was always a team player.
For those who did not watch Counter-Strike 12 years ago, Hare is my older brother. It's going to be the first one. Good response. onto Mitch as he pushes up lower, and actually Nifty, that's even sicker. Finds Mixwell, and they know Tarek's here, who's already low. I mean, this early damage, it looked okay after Tarek gets that kill, but there's really no one on OpTic who can get in any more fights. They only have Naf, who's got to start something off, and he's trying to work his way up towards A. There's basically 3 players here, so he's got to do some work. Rush and Tarek, they can barely take any damage. Here come the smokes. They're going to have to get fortunate with some lucky shots. Nifty that flash through, and they're playing it passively on the Selfless side. They know they have such a massive advantage. There's 1 kill, there's 2 and 3.
Wow, nice round by Selfless. OpTic, though, they should have noticed that the people that survived last round had rifles. And so, with that being said, the next round, they were playing almost like they had submachine guns. They could have peeked it. Look at me funny, Jay.
6 to 12 now as Selfless try and mount up the comeback. Only P250s, although last time it was a similar buy like this from OpTic. They did get the bomb planted over towards that B site. This time all 5 huddled in mid. Deagle's shot rings out, and it looked like they wanted to try and bait Nifty into a wide committed peek, and they didn't get what they wanted, so now the range battles against the rifle, this is going to be dangerous. Mixwell and Naf damaged up, getting cleaned out. Stanislav does respond, but where do they go from here? They've got to win a couple more. Caboose, actually, Stan just continues forward. He's got another kill. He's got 2. It's down into a 3-on-3, and even Caboose is caught off guard. His teammate Breezy was there for the support, but had a nade in his hand, and there it is. Finally, the recovery, and Stan can do no more. He almost made it scary for Selfless, but Breezy with 3 kills brings him back down to reality.
Brings him back. Was I completely wrong in that last round, Jason?
No.
You're like looking at me weird.
Throwing you off your game.
It did throw me off. I kind of self-doubted myself there for a second. Some mind games over here by you. It's okay. That's cool. You know, it's part of the game. It's part of the caster life. Mind games, baby.
Oh, this nade, not too much damage on the Mixwell. Up on the flower pot. So, ooh. Stan was ready to peek with that flashbang. That might have been very, very deadly, or maybe that was a team flash. But either way, Nifty went for the peek, the aggressive peek with the AWP. Couldn't find anything, but he did. I think he saw Stan. Because he's being very attentive to this fact, and it looked like he was going to have an angle that would catch Stan off guard, but he decides not to press the issue. So some attempts at early aggressiveness from OpTic are at least forced back for the moment by Selfless, and they're going to readjust. Although Breezy again with a nice shot. Naf knows exactly where he is on the follow-up though, so good trade. And now he's just going to sink back down the A ramp, and he's going to prevent himself from being responded upon.
Mitch, though, taking an aggressive angle there. That was not a good move, but it does bait his teammates, so maybe it was a good move in hindsight after.
Delayed mid-control from Selfless. That is so incredibly effective. They know Naf had a kill over towards the A site. Nifty has the angle with the op. The comeback is starting to look very, very nice, very strong from Selfless.
Yeah, I think OpTic at this point, they're realizing.
Yeah. I mean, they obviously call a pause, so they want to stop this in its track before it really gets done, talk things over before it gets completely out of hand. But it's looking like we got a game on our hands, Eric.
We do, and I like the move actually OpTic did last round. It was unfortunate for them that they got picked off by, was it Nifty in the bomb site? With the Colt, where he just kind of sliver peeked it?
The Breezy, I think, did
Breezy,
that.
Breezy, oh yeah, Breezy. And it was pretty nice. Like, they had the right move because there was only 1 person in that bomb site, but unfortunately they got picked off. And so how are they going to take control of this match? Maybe smoke a execute could work.
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty just standard hit to do, especially because since they crawled up A ramp like that with 2 players, they saw there was only 1 player, so they can say, all right, let's do an execute. If they do that tactic again, we're definitely catching him off guard. He's either got to fight all alone or he's got to fall back behind those smokes, and it's a post plant situation for us. So could be an interesting idea. I think Selfless has done a good job both sides of this map of getting mid control. They did it a lot on the T side, obviously not to too big of effect, but they've also now, I mean that delayed mid take they just had last round. They've just done a good job of making OpTic pay for attempting to get mid control.
Yeah, and with the money situation, Economy is smart to buy pistol armor after losing the first 5 rounds. So OpTic's going to smoke out middle and try to take this fast connector quickly. It looks like they're going to pinch on this A. They know that only 1 person's A, and so they're just going to take it really fast. Nifty, they'll pick them off. But Breezy's getting caught off guard. No, he gets 2 people.
Yeah, holds down the trigger. There's a good 2 kills. Rush, it might be too little too late for that kill, and Nifty with the op not missing. He's got 2 kills on the round, and no one's going to come through this whole rush. They know you're there, so you're going to go find Mitch. Caboose now. Oh, he gets caught turning around. That's a mistake. No, surely not. We cannot. Selfless, you've had this comeback. You have him in a tough spot, and it seems like now you're giving Rush a chance to be a hero.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, you need to save all the money you can, so you guys can always have a high economy, and like easing up a kill like that, just an easy kill, just almost played scared, like just trying to hop away, but he gets caught off guard. Now Rush is going to be flashing over spawn. He does not know that the guy's on a balcony. He's going to check. Oh, he does spot it. He misses. Nifty misses.
Yeah, no one. He has the AK-47. It's an easy cleanup from there, but I mean, you touched on it with the money. The Selfless side, especially with sustaining 4 kills there, they're virtually out of any bank that they had built up from this run of 6 rounds in a row. They're in a no, they still have an okay amount left, so they'll be able to buy next round if they're to lose this one. But still, it's a dicey situation for them. So I mean, even without winning that, Rush does a good job of starting to take away the economy.
Yeah, and Mixwell trying to take that quick off-shot ramp, but he gets Molotov'd out. And now looks like no one taking off Stanislav. OpTic is pretty spread out at the moment, and they're already rotating 4 people towards A. So Selfless is playing a fast retake on wherever OpTic hits. So maybe if they notice that, maybe try to do a couple fakes or.
OpTic is having no success of taking mid control. They're having none of it whatsoever. I mean, trying to get aggressive there quickly to cross over towards those boxes gets punished. Yeah, Selfless has had complete control of the middle portion of this map the entire match. So one of the bright spots that they've had, and also the fact that, you know, at a 12-3 half, they've maintained their composure well enough to make this into a comeback. Still very much alive in this, and OpTic seems equally stumped as to how to put rounds on the board on this T side.
Yeah, Rush here is going to try to smoke off the connector, and maybe OpTic is going to try to work on catwalk, like maybe catwalk B take. Because they are sending 3 people towards Cat right now really fast, so it looks like that's exactly what they're going to be doing.
Yeah, Mitch is the only one at the site backed by benches. There is one in market as well. That's going to be Nifty with the AWP, but Mixwell, that's quick. Mitch can't even respond, and he gets Nifty as well. The entries from Mixwell are huge. That's exactly what they needed from a star player, a star performance, and they have this bomb planted. It's going to have to be a 3-on-4 retake. Caboose in the market, he's got his 2 teammates with him, and they just bail out. They're bugging out and going home, so no retake for Selfless. And Naf, he doesn't want them to save those guns, and he's going to at least stop no one. Next opportunity is Caboose, who peeks into that. No reason for that, and Breezy's just got to get away.
If you're going to save your guns, save your guns. Like, don't do this half peeking stuff where, oh, I'm going to peek and try to save my teammate. Just let him die, and, you know, like, you just, not only you lose the round because you wanted to save, you also lose your guns. It's just terrible. Oh my goodness, bro.
Ooh, that's not bad. Not bad at all, but I don't think there's any chance he gets away with it. So finally, OpTic are on the board, 13-9. I mean, a man disadvantage in that round anyways, but these peaks from Mixwell, that's dirty.
Yeah, Nifty there, he moved and peeked an angle at the wrong time, and it's just unfortunate.
Yeah, he had his angle set, so I mean, he was watching what he wanted to, and then he just kind of shifts right into the crosshair of Mixwell. So unfortunate timing, but a sick play from Mixwell, and unfortunately, this is kind of that disaster territory where you look back at that round that Rush had where he gets 4 kills off just P250 armor buy from OpTic. That decimates the economy so much. 2 FAMAs, 2 5.7s in this round for Selfless, only 1 M4. And it's going to be an abuse. It's going to be a fast tactic towards the A site. Rush is blind, but he still gets the kill. Caboose cannot convert that kill with a 5.7. And unfortunately, he doesn't have a nade with which to even clean it up. So they're going to have to get aggressive on mid, try and eliminate the middle portion of this pinch, but they don't spot it out. They don't see the op. Mixwell's now got the attention attracted of 2 players. I don't think he wants that, though. Nifty jumping up, gets that headshot. Naf's got new positioning to stop them from coming back. There's a small advantage here for Selfless. They've started to convert and pick up and salvage some of these guns, but they have a lot of work to do, and that Molotov is going to slow things down. I mean, unfortunately, they have to wait this out. They've only got 1 kit on no one. Stanislaw trying to buy time. Rush is stuck. There's Naf, though, with the flick from Nifty saves him. And just Stanislaw in a 1-on-4. There's a nice headshot, but the bomb's not planted for him. He can do absolutely nothing, even if he got that kill. And that defuse is going to go in for Mitch. The full 10-second defuse. Selfless is right back in it.
Huge round by Selfless. It looked almost kind of scary at first, and with OpTic being able to get the bomb down, but they ended up taking him back, and now OpTic's going to decide if they're going to just pistol up in armor. Looks like they're just going to have 1 guy pistol armor. I think that was a miscommunication, or 2 people. That was weird.
Just, I mean, that's just so nice from Selfless to recover there, because if they had lost that round, it had been reset when right when OpTic gets to 14, that might have been the map right off the bat. Mitch now converting over to Catwalk. Flashbang has Naf blind. He's got 3 players in the ladder room. They're going to have to fight their way out. Tarek's trying to bait out these shots, the recoil, and he does it. Finally, he's out of ammo, but so is Tarek, and he can't win the fight. So no one holds strong on Catwalk with 2 kills. Mitch with 2 of his own as well. And it looks like this is going to be the next buy for OpTic.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Stanislav and I think who else bought pistol armor last round. So yes, they were able to buy, but now they have to go with a Galil and low utility, at least on Nafly and Mixwell. So that was a little confusing, maybe miscommunication. Looks like OpTic though, they're going to send 2 people outside B and 2 through lower tunnels really fast. Pretty quickly. They don't want to take control. And Caboose taking out 2 people. Mixwell with exchange. Not like another one, so now it's back to a 3-on-3.
Yeah, I mean, this is all happening so incredibly fast. Very, very early aggression. It seems almost no ground gained from OpTic. The benefit they have is 1 minute and 20 left on the clock, and they've whittled the defense down to 3 players, so, I mean, it's spread out. They're just going to charge right up into the A bomb site. Nifty is in connector with an AWP. Watching exactly for this play. Naf's got to be careful. Oh, thankfully the shot is missed. Nifty with a good opportunity to put his team into the advantage. Now he's just going to plant behind the smoke. Planted for a ramp, planted for Tetris, and aggression still from Nav. He wants to go for more. And he knows Nifty is locked in here, so he's going to hunt this kill down, and he's going to find it eventually. He knows there's 1 more in connector. Is he going to go for more? Mitch now, he's spraying into the site. Tarek's going to be stuck in an awkward spot, and there's no one. Finally, the backup arrives for Mitch, but it gets eliminated. He gets the kill through the box anyways, down into a 1-on-1. Mitch trying to work his way into this site, but he has no idea where Naf has moved to. 3 kills and a 4th for Naf. The hero of this round for OpTic. Beautiful play. And he gets him another advantage, 14-11.
That missed off shot. It's, you know, he's aiming at the angle and he misses that shot. That hurts. That hurts as an op when you're just, you know he's there, you know he's about to peak, and you just whiff. It's like, ow, ouch.
Yeah, obviously that kill would have been on Naf, who ended up getting, I think, 2 more kills in the round, maybe even 3 more at that point. So, yeah, that would have been a huge hit. Would have been very nice. Either way, though, I mean, thankfully they had enough money to be able to buy into this next round. It's not the nightmare scenario quite yet again. And one more time, OpTic is going to go for this mid control. This time they haven't been punished for it quite yet. Caboose is in connector. He had that stellar double kill last round in underpass. Nifty's being very, very annoying and very confident with that AWP pushed up towards B.
Yeah, but OpTic, though, they haven't even taken B that often. I mean, they would send 2 people off the bat, but they usually go through lower tunnels, and OpTic's been hitting A almost every round. So maybe Selfless thinking, well, they hit A so many times, they have to hit B this round, right?
Yeah, and Rush gets caught. Caboose with a timing play to peek down towards underpass, and he finds that kill. I believe he spotted Rush earlier, so he knew he was kind of in that corner, knew the general idea.
It looks like OpTic, they're swinging back towards T-spawn. Mixwell's holding the middle. Looks like Mixwell's just going to sit there and do a late connector flank once they start making moves towards A. Selfless, though, is pretty spread out. Breezy and Caboose kind of doing a little far end crossfire-ish in the A-bomb site.
Yeah, I mean, this kind of a setup, it's not bad, because with a man advantage, there's no reason to dedicate yourselves to the site. And I mean, you can just play retake, and you have the numbers game, so it's an advantage you can use. But actually, one player, that's Breezy. He's caught inside the site. He gets 1 more kill. And Tarek is trying to spray him down, but he's completely blind. There's Mixwell and Naf. They bring it into a 3-on-3, but they're still low HP. Just Breezy's got to pick which side of the box to swing on. He actually tries to fight into the fire. The flames bring him down to 34, but I don't think they realize this new positioning. They certainly don't. And the reinforcements have arrived. Tarek, he's only got 5 seconds left. This round is over. Selfless continuing to claw themselves into this game, continuing to just barely hang on.
Yeah, and OpTic now has to save. They're going to at least save for another round. They might buy next round if they get the bomb down with no utility. Stanislav, oh no, they're buying pistol armor. So they're thinking that might be a possible double save. So they're going to
also keep the economy low of your opponents as well.
This is true.
The money on Selfless is not great. So if this execute, if they get a bomb plant, if they can get 3-4 kills, you know, this obviously any reset at this point, if Selfless gets reset, they basically lose.
Yeah, but it's going to come down Caboose, because most likely he's going to have first contact at this firebox, and he's going to get swarmed by him, killing off Nafly, and then Tarek. Caboose with nice 2 kills. Finally being taken down by Rush.
Well, and Breezy's there as well for some support. He's brought down to 5, but it is a 4-on-2, so Breezy, he essentially shouldn't have to do too much more work. The question is, what does Rush do to get his team back into this? He pushes towards CT spawn. He wants to hold on to this, but Breezy is playing it so smart. Look at Stan. He's got 1, but he can't connect on more. Rush is going to spray Mitch down very low, but it's just a matter of time before Breezy pounces. Smart play from the young player, and Selfless have their 13th.
Breezy just hiding in the CT spawn when Rush was peeking it. That was pretty good. Nice little ninja play by him.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know what you think of this buy. I mean, I'm trying to, when I'm saying keep the economy of Selfless low, I'm trying to, you know,
I don't know. I
figure out what they're thinking, but
I think OpTic is kind of losing right now. Like, they could have saved and had 8Ks one of these rounds if they would have not keep buying pistol armors.
They're gonna have them next round, no matter what, which I think is their thought process behind it, especially with that plant.
Yeah, they got lucky though. They got the plant down, and they got 2 kills off. I mean, it's lucky. Whatever, it happens. And though, I mean, it is a play, so there's some thought behind it. I can't knock it too much.
Great read from Selfless in this round as well. 3 players towards the B bomb site. Although Nifty, he's going to be completely blind. He's out in the open. He's going to fall back. Thankfully, Mitch is there. Save everybody. Save his life. Save the round. Potentially the match. So it's going to be 14-14 once these kills are cleaned up. Although Nifty peeks right into the Tech 9 of Rush. But all 4 players of Selfless are here. You can't imagine a world in which this round is lost, and it's not going to be. So all tied up, finally, after all this hard work, after all the scary moments, all the danger, all the rounds given up from Selfless, they have things tied going into the 29th round.
Yes, they do. And Tarek, though, with the Tech 9, so he's going to probably be the entry killer at this point, bait for his teammate. We'll see what kind of setup OpTic's going to do. It looks like they're going to send 4 people towards this middle. They're going to try to take control of mid. Nifty, though, is all being connector. He does not spot anyone. He does pick off Tarek, but Mixwell with the next exchange. Now the offer's down, and now OpTic gets 2 kills off the bat. Caboose is trying to get a kill, but he misses.
Oh, some of these are so sloppy. Players with nades out getting caught. Stan's fortunate to get out of that alive. Breezy into sight. Well, that's a nice clothesline. This is an interesting crossfire that's set up. And look at the HP of OpTic. They've got no health for these fights. There's a nade. It's just down to Rush, 2 HP. Finally, Selfless stemmed the tide of this OpTic attack. And Rush has got to have some kind of a miracle in him. Gonna come along to this murder hole, and he spots the gun. There's a nice headshot. No one gets caught off. His jump now up towards Catwalk. He's gonna go towards the B bomb site. He's gonna get a plant out of this. There's an opportunity now for Rush. It's gonna come down towards timing when Breezy comes in for this retake. Rush is planting the bomb that is gonna make Breezy, if he sees it, think it's gonna be towards Catwalk, but where does he go from here?
I mean, Breezy has to win this round. I mean, even if OpTic loses, they got the plant down. Oh, man.
Breezy gonna jump out of the window. Rush still hiding at bench. I think he didn't see his elbow, but it was there for a moment, and Breezy gets him. I don't know if you can hear as well, Ryu cheering in the background.
I don't know what no one was looking at in that situation. Like, why was he looking like CT spawn or something?
Yeah, I'm not entirely, I don't know.
He had a teammate,
I got nothing for
spawn, you. So that was really, really weird by no one almost throwing that round away after, I mean, Team Selfless just clawed, look, what is he looking at? He knew he was kind of in the area, like by middle.
Maybe he thought that he'd already snuck past and he was trying to clear out CT spawn for. I'm not quite sure, to be honest with you. So a little bit of miscommunication in that kind of scenario. But either way, I mean, let's focus on the fact that Selfless was down 3-12 to start the second half, and they've brought it all the way back, 15-14, a chance to win this map. Mixwell and Connector, he's spraying down Mitch into the smoke. 1 HP he lives with. And there he is, finally finishes it off. Naf is gonna wanna come through the smoke. It seems like he's waiting. And how is this timing gonna work? How is the dissipation of this smoke gonna play out? Who is it gonna favor? Pop flash through it. Nafly, he gets completely blind, and there's the push through, and he spots the legs, but he doesn't shoot. Naf gets another one, and there's Stan. Huge advantage in this round for OpTic. They have the B bomb site as well. It's looking like overtime. Selfless, they complete the comeback, but they cannot convert it into a win.
It is a 2-on-4, and it looks like OpTic will be planted in this B-bomb site. Breezy and Nifty are coming through this A rotation. Breezy, though, decides he's going to come back through the window. Nifty and Breezy going through that market area, but OpTic, they're in a great position to hold this bomb spot. They're going to need a miracle if they want to win this round.
Molotov is going to force Stan to peek, and he gets 1 kill, and he gets a second one. So, while dying in the flames, heroic.
Heroic.
We're going to be brought into overtime.
I'm sure Ryu's sweating a little bit now. I mean, that round felt like they were being a little too aggressive in the last situation. They could have played it maybe a little safer.
Yeah, maybe a little bit, but I mean, either way, props to Selfless for bringing it back from that first half score. That is not something we expected.
Well, no, we don't expect it. You guys always maybe hope for it, but you don't expect it, Jason.
Yeah, I think the surprise is that OpTic's T side didn't necessarily look strong. I mean, you could understand Selfless. It just seemed like OpTic was on fire in that CT half of theirs, and Selfless, I mean, making a couple massive mistakes to give up rounds. But on the other hand, I think the surprise really is that OpTic's T side was so lackluster.
Yeah, it seemed like they're just like almost for like the first 8 rounds, they were kind of almost pugging it a little bit instead of trying doing a set coordinated strat. And I mean, Selfless, you can't sleep on them too much because they will hit their shots. They will.
Yeah, Breezy's having a phenomenal game right now. I think he's like something around like 27 or 28 kills. I'm not sure if the scoreboard will show it.
Yeah. No, he was up there. He was top fragging for
that. Yeah, he's having a fantastic game and also just some smart plays. So impressive. No, excuse me. I said, what, 28? I think producer just told me 31 kills I heard for Breezy. So doing his best Tarek impression.
Just getting kills and trying to win rounds. Now, OpTic, what can they do if they want to almost come back? I mean, they did win that last round, so they're probably a little pumped that they did not lose in the last round.
I wouldn't say pumped. I'm sure there was a very large sigh of relief from the OpTic side that they did not lose that last round. Yeah, this overtime is going to be really interesting to see because towards the end of that match, we see so many situations where players are missing smokes and flashbangs. So now this overtime is going to get reset. If you've never seen Counter-Strike before, it's going to be MR3 overtime, $10,000 start money. So it's a much shorter than regulation, but money shouldn't be a factor, at least for the first 2 rounds. It can be on the CT side if they're heavily investing in AWPs. Either way, though, this is going to come down, I think, to maybe whichever team wins 2 T-side rounds in overtime. It might just be over from there.
Yeah, and OpTic, though, they are starting on T-side. They haven't been doing that well on T-side, so if they come out with a round win, that'd be pretty huge. And Tarek, though, he's mixing it up. He's going to bring out the off instead of Mixwell, so maybe that's what they needed. Maybe they need that Tarek off.
We saw Opper Tarek on Cash, and it was an intimidating thing. Oh, look at the mid-push. Right to start out overtime. Nifty's going to lead the way, but he eats a nade right in his face. Brought down to 55, and there's Naf. He punishes Breezy, and OpTic's going to be content with that. OpTic's so happy to take an advantage into the later stage of these rounds. They don't want to swing out wider and go for more, because that potentially gives up the equalizer. So happy with a 5-on-4 scenario, and they back off.
Yes, OpTic preparing for that mid-rush. They pretty much countered Team Selfless right there. At first, Selfless looks like they got stuffed off the bat, but they kept pushing for it instead of maybe just falling back and reposition themselves and trying to force that kill. Got Breezy killed in the end. But it looks like now they're going to start retaking middle, OpTic that is. Rushes in the underpass. Nifty, though, he pushes the A ramp, so they know it's not A ramp.
Yeah, this is going to start getting frightening. I mean, this doesn't really afford too many advantages in the sense that OpTic can still go up connector to A, so it doesn't allow Caboose to cheat any kind of a rotate. Now that they start healing footsteps and pressure towards the B side, he's going to start leaning to that. And Nifty is going to have that fast flank as well. No one is going to be the first one up, and he actually drops at the wrong moment. That's got to be disheartening. Mish now trying to come out of market. He's going to find Naf, who's not clearing that angle. And no one can punish Mitch quite yet. Stanizak crossed into the site. There's some utility still on this OpTic side, but they're not using it. Mitch is allowed to be a hero. The Molotovs, the flashbangs, none of it is used from OpTic. And they get punished. And now Nifty, here's that flank finally coming to fruition. What a play to get back into this for Selfless. Tarek is the only one left with the AWP. I'm not even, it's planted for him, but how do you win this? 2 smokes in your face, or a flashbang and a smoke, and another flashbang. That's a nice kill, but what more can he do?
Wow, OpTic just threw away that round. They had so much utility, and they decide, look at that, smokes, like 8, or not
two
8,
two
like 6 flashes.
2 flashes, and none of them used until Mitch has already got 3 kills.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, Selfless did them a similar favor on Cash, so maybe they're just returning it?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, use some of your flashes. Like, you have tossed flashes in that market area. Like, you know that a lot of teams will be rotating through that area. You have like 6 flashes. Oh, at least use 1 or 2 of them. You know, like you kept crossing bomb sites, and Mitch was just mowing them down.
Yeah, very nice performance from Mitch. I mean, even with the mistake made by OpTic and their utility usage, still extremely difficult to win all 3 of those in sequence like that. So, nice job from Mitch, and smart play from Nifty as well to push that A ramp and have a flank that comes in so quickly. This time, OpTic have complete mid control. They didn't really have to fight for it whatsoever. They have Stan in position and Connector behind the smoke, and with that position, they're going to fall back. More than likely to A, I would assume, so that he can pinch towards up this A bomb site when they execute.
Yeah, and so with their 2 smokes, looks like they're going to probably be smoking off, I would assume, jungle and CT spawn, since they already have a person by the connector. They don't have to worry too much about stairs. But Stanislav decides he's going to... I'm just going to check that angle. He's not moving out just yet. Breezy, though, he's on top of the balcony. But it looks like all 4 OpTic players, or 4 of the OpTic players are going to be at the T ramp, and they're going to about to execute here any second.
Yeah, big job to do. Mitch is playing very passive as well. The AWP is all the way over towards the B bomb site. That's a perfect Molotov on A ramp. Look how long it holds him off. Stan gets a kill from Connector, though. That's not a defender at the A site, but there's Nap chiming in. He gets 2. Selfless, it seemed like this defense was set up perfectly. They had 4 players here. Breezy still trying to make it an issue for OpTic, and he gets 2. And now Nifty's finally here on the rotation, but they don't have to challenge him whatsoever. And Stanislav even spots him out and just drops him.
Nice.
So, yeah,
Nice
Stan with that.
right there.
Yeah, I mean, Stan with the initial kill, and then Naf the follow-up with 2 over towards Ticket Booth. That's well done.
Yeah, it was pretty nice that they able to get Stanislav, and he pushed through this area.
Again, look how passive that defense was that whole time. We saw Stan do the same thing on Cash during a passive defense where he actually pushed towards Connector and then wrapped around towards the B site. This time, he's allowed to get up to jungle and window room and cut off rotations, making it even longer for help to arrive.
Yeah, that Team Selfless playing so passive kind of hurt them in the end, where they're getting pushed and flanked from unexpected positionings, but you should kind of expect someone to maybe be in the connector area when you give up a mid that easily.
What? That is overly aggressive from Caboose. There's no need to do that. Right through the smoke, I guess trying to beat it, but he gets punished in a bad way.
Yeah. Now it's a 5-on-4 in favor of OpTic, and looks like they're going to hit towards that B. Nifty, though, gets an AWP shot in the middle, but Stanislav with a nice exchange. 4-3 in favor of OpTic.
Yeah, Mitch might need to fall back here, but he's got to fight his way off. Mixwell damages him heavily, down to 27, but wisely Mixwell doesn't want to even swing any wider for that peak. Now he does it when he's got his teammate there to distract. A nice crossfire set up by Mixwell and Rush in the heat of the moment, and that's 2 rounds on the T side for OpTic. And they got 3 all through regulation. They have 2 now.
Jason, you're a psychic here, calling out 2 rounds here. Whoever gets 2 rounds might win.
Only if they win.
Only if they win.
Only if they win.
I mean, if you get 2 rounds in OT and only 3 or whatever in regulation, I think that's a good start.
Yeah, certainly a good start. I mean, we'll have to see if they can convert it. So, I mean, this is their CT side was so dominant. So is Selfless's, to be fair. So, I mean, it's going to be interesting. But a nice recovery in these T side rounds. Maybe they figure something out at the end of it.
I think putting that person in connector and taking in that connect area, I think that was the key of winning those rounds.
Yes.
Just holding that area, because they smoked everything out. They got people in that area, and they just kept blocking them out. And Caboose, you saw, tried to retake it, and he got punished for doing that.
Yeah, I mean, that was a little bit crazy, that run in through the smoke from Caboose. I did not like that play.
No, it's, I mean, you don't really need to make a play in a 5-on-5 situation. I mean, maybe just kind of sit back a little bit, kind of wait out of the smoke, or ask for teammates to maybe flash for you, and then you could try to do something, but...
Yeah, well, I mean, certainly at that situation as well, I mean, that last round of overtime when the CT economy has been beat up a little bit, there's not a lot of utility for his teammates to really get in any kind of position to recover. So bummer there for Selfless off that play. But now they have to kind of reset. They need to figure out a way, because they got it a lot on the T side. They got a lot of mid control. They have to figure out a way to convert those into wins here in this overtime. But here's one thing to remember as well. The T side of Selfless looked a lot better than just 3 rounds throughout the whole half. They had the pistol round in the bag and they gave it up. They had another round later on, just a few rounds later in an early gun round. They had that round in the bag and they gave it up. I think both of those were actually 5-on-3 scenarios. So there's a couple rounds that if Selfless had won in regulation in the first half, they might have just already won this map. So still dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, Selfless seems like the problem is not getting the bomb site, it's just holding the retakes. And it seems like that happened even on the last map too. Like the retake game is not there. I think maybe it's lack communication. Maybe like they have to know that, hey, if it's a 4-on-4 situation or even 5-on-5, which is rare, but still, if it's like if there's a lot of numbers, you can't all play passive. You can't let the commentators just walk up and then toss all their utility and then come up. You have to take angles. You have to exchange some kills and talk to each other and work kills off that.
Well, speaking about talking to each other, we are just waiting on Selfless to ready up. They're taking a little bit of extra time just to talk some things over, some tactics to figure this out.
Or bathroom break.
Or a bathroom break.
You just never know.
Could do both if you have a wireless headset.
I do at home. Sometimes.
How many times have you spoken with your friends while you're peeing?
I've done it a couple times.
Yeah.
I'm not proud of it, but you know, sometimes you have to talk tactics, you have to talk your game plan, and you have to go. And so, you know, kill two birds with one stone.
Yep, and moving quickly along. Yeah, I think maybe they're using their lifelines. Maybe they're using like phone a friend, calling into Ryu. They're like, "Yo, coach,
is he on the phone over there?
Coach, what do we do?"
No, he's not on the phone.
Not on the phone.
Or maybe you already texted him. Maybe do a little text. Because who calls each other these days?
Yeah, who does?
No, I don't know many people that call. It's usually text or, "Hey man, let's get a mumble, let's talk." I mean, that's how it usually is these days. Who uses a phone? Yeah,
well, actually, everyone from Selfless did ready up, so we are going to go live into the pistol run as the freeze time dwindles.
Dwindles, I like that word. And look at this, double off setup. Tark wasting no time. He's like, I need kills. I'm bottom fragging. This can't happen. Let's get some off kills.
Go big or go home.
That's usually it. And since overtime, you start with a lot of money, you know, it's okay to go a little big. But Selfless, though, they are setting up for an A take. And they have 2 people in halls, 2 people A-ramp. Mitch, though, he's making some ruckus in middle, making sure that no one's pushing on him. He spots the clearness. It looks like Selfless already taking it. Stanislav, though, gets picked off by Caboose.
Yeah, and surprising to see Stan with the op after, I mean, he's like the last person I expect to have an op with Mixwell and Naf on the team as well. But either way, man advantage for Selfless as they just execute on the A-side, but there's Rush pushing right through the smoke. Almost just a half-second late to stop that plant. Naf's got to try and make something happen, but this defense has been eliminated. Tarek's got to save this gun because that double op setup is expensive at overtime.
You know, he wants it. I guess he's trying to get a kill. 1 on 3. What a gutsy play right now. He's going to have to hit the shot in the ramp, but no, Nifty shoots his elbows off. Armless, Tark falls down.
This is now very, very dangerous for the OpTic side of things, because if they are to lose this next round with an opening double op setup in overtime, their money is virtually gone. So, yeah, they've got nothing in the bank. 4 players at 150 or less. So if they lose this round, it's going to be Selfless at 18 with a chance to win the map against basically just pistols.
Yeah, and Nifty, though, taking a shot in connector. He's just finding one of these, shooting just to shoot. It looks like Selfless might be doing the same thing. They're falling back, but this time they don't have Mitch in the middle. So maybe Breezy's going to do that role. No, he's going to fall back. It's going to be a 5A hit. But OpTic, though, they have more people in this A bomb site than they did last round. They have Rush and Nafly just helping out Stanislav.
Yeah, but Selfless, once again, repeating what just worked in the last round, just an A execute. So, I mean, they have no map control. They're pretty much just resigned to this hit. It's exactly what they wanted. No one from OpTic is having any kind of aggression on the map, so there's not going to be any fast flanks. There's not going to be any intel this is coming. They've just got to defend. One player on top of balcony hasn't been spotted yet. That's Stanislav. Still hasn't been spotted. He's biding his time. Wow, all that time just to do that, just to miss the first 5 or 6 bullets, and that's no good. 4 on 4. OpTic is going to have to get back into this. Pop flash. Rush is going to try and come through. Nifty watching towards jungle. He has the op, but as that smoke fades on top of stair, he's got to fall away. Got to respect that peek. Biding his time. There it is. Lands the shot onto Rush. Peeks again, but gets sprayed down to 13. He's got to be safe, but that nade cleans him out. 3 on 3 now. Caboose still waiting. All the while, this clock is dwindling on the bomb, and there it is. Selfless. They're gonna win this round. There's no chance here for Tarek. 18-17, and the money is gone for OpTic. A chance again for Selfless to win their second map point.
Nice bomb site hold. I was looking for Ryu for a fist pump over there, but I don't think I caught that in time. He's probably feeling really excited. They're 1 round from beating OpTic, which, in fair, they could have beaten them 2-0. They didn't mess around too much in cash.
Yeah, the big thing about this as well is, I mean, Selfless doing a fantastic job of playing, certainly playing spoiler, not allowing OpTic to have a, an easy route to getting a good advantage over SK, who just lost 2 maps earlier tonight. Stan's pushed up, and he sees the shadow. He misses the first initial shots, and now he's going to win against Mitch. Can he do more?
Oh,
he can.
my goodness.
3 bullets in the chamber, and he gets it. Breezy's got to do big work, and he does. 2 entry kills. They still know Stan is alive. But it's a 2-on-3. They're inside the site, but they don't have control of the bomb. It's on a ramp. And again, Selfless might let one slip away. Look how wise Tarek is playing this so far back, and actually Stan's going to get a 3rd kill.
Oh, this is heartbreaking. This is heartbreaking. Like, you get
you'd want to see him go for the knife, but
I mean,
it is overtime, so I'll allow it.
I think at this point, you definitely want to get as many kills as possible, and OpTic, though, they had pistols, and Stan's getting 3 kills with CZ. I take back whatever I said about a CZ.
Yeah, I mean, what an incredible play from him. Didn't even have any backup. It's not like that was a bait and switch play. That was him all alone in a really awkward spot with a couple shoulder peeks that baited out bullets, so he did that very efficiently. 40 seconds left. And Breezy's trying to slowly spot some things, bait out a shot or something, but not prepared for that peek. So 18-18, double overtime.
Rutro. So that was looking good for Selfless at one point for OpTic, and then Selfless came back, and now Selfless had a chance to close out the game.
Looking at that replay, I still want the knife to come out.
Sometimes he's got a knife, Jason. Get
yeah.
that money. But I've known, not me personally, but I've seen it too many times where people try to knife someone and then die and lose the round, and you just want to take their, like, oh, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's never fun to witness that.
It's never fun to witness or be a part of.
That is like one of the just smash your head into a wall type moments, just out of frustration.
Yeah, I feel you, Jason. I feel you.
But yeah, double overtime now, and Selfless again dropped the ball a little bit on a round they could win. I hate to keep going back to that, but we've just seen so many rounds that have been thrown away. That should be a win. This should be a map for Selfless already. So another opportunity. OpTic stays alive. We'll see. I mean, we'll see if they go for that double op setup again on the first round of CT overtime, because that almost punished them as they ran out of money. Just very fortunate. Stan makes a huge play in that last round, and I think as well, if you're going to do a double op setup, I would prefer not to have Stanislaw have the second op. Because we've seen Mixwell op, we've seen in the past that Naf likes to op on certain halves on certain maps, and Tarek obviously opping. So why is Stan the one doing it?
Yeah, I definitely want Mixwell to be opping in this situation. I mean, he's been doing really well for them opping in general, and Stanislav, maybe he's a good opper in pugs. I don't know, but in match situations, give it to your main opper. You know?
Star players.
Well, I guess you can call it star players.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a team game, so.
Yeah.
What do you call it by stars? How many frags they get? Is that a star player? Or
Or
just the playmaker?
I mean,
they make plays.
It's a combination of both, I think. The guys who are putting the frags on the board, but also do it by making the play.
Okay. That sounds good, Jason. And now look like that. They are doing the double op, and Mixwell has the op instead of Stanislav. So they must be tuning in. They hear our cries. They hear the cries of the whole world.
There is hope for them yet.
And now looks like Selfless, though. They're going to take control of the middle. Maybe they're going to do the strat where they put a person in connector, then fall back.
That would be that would obviously we saw how effective that was for OpTic at one point at the end of regulation. So we'll have to see. But again, it's mid control. I mean, compared to the defense of Selfless, where Selfless spent a couple rounds challenging this kind of mid control out of OpTic when they were on the offense, OpTic is just giving up mid. And Selfless, I mean, even going back to regulation, have had control of mid for the majority of this game. So 3 players dedicated to the A bomb site for OpTic. We'll see if Stan is going to be spotted here in the closet. Mitch is going to try and just lurk out, and he does it successfully. Stan doesn't take the opportunity to peek, so there's not going to be a return. Rush perhaps not ready for that. Still 3, even with that kill, though, they rotate Naf over, so there were 3 players in the A-bomb site for that moment, but now, I mean, they know the gap in the defense has got to be the rotator who usually is playing window room or coming from the B-bomb site, so they take this opportunity to boost Breezy up. He might be able to, this is very similar to putting a player in connector with the way this has been done.
Yeah, and Selfless are just holding the middle, so they're probably going to think that they might hit back towards B, which they are doing. I thought maybe they're going to play mind games and come back up through connector, but they took so long in the middle that OpTic is going to rotate Nafly back to B, but looks like he's going to go towards this window. Breezy, though, is trying to make a move right now, and now they spot the Molotov off the B tunnels. They probably know it's going to be big. And Tarek with a nice shot, nifty and Caboose. Exchange. Nafly, though, he's ready.
Yeah, Naf is the next one up, and I think he sensed the flank coming in, and Breezy is not going to get caught until Mixwell comes in. 2-on-2, the bomb is planted, but no one is he's pinned into that corner. That's pretty unfortunate. He could have gotten out, but obviously doesn't know the angle that Mixwell is holding. At the moment, he just feels scared out of his mind that if he moves, he's going to get picked off. One player coming up from Catwalk, that's going to be Stan, and he gets eliminated. Forced out of the flames, Mixwell punishes no one, converts into the AK-47. Trying to find Mitch around this pillar, and he's just going to keep rushing. Doesn't try and stay quiet at all, and Mitch can't handle it. 19 rounds for OpTic.
No kit. That's pretty interesting. You have $10,000. You want to buy a kit? That's cool, dude. None of your teammates have a kit? A little close. Rush.
Well, you know, when you go to that double op setup, you got to scrimp and save where you can.
I guess, Jason. I guess. I don't know.
A phenomenal round for Mixwell. 3 kills, waiting, and no one. Molotov finally spreads to him, so he's got to bail out. And this was just nicely done. Mitch just couldn't tell where he was coming from, so holding the W key, not slowing down at all, not being afraid, and Mixwell converts that. Still a double op setup. Mixwell and Tarek with the 2 AWPs.
Yeah, and Selfless looks like they have the bomb towards A ramp, so it looks like they're going to be doing the A split right now, but Rush isn't connected. They have 4 people towards that mid area. No one, though, still picks off Stanislav. Breezy picking off, too. What is going on?
Oh, that was a boost up and underpass to try and peer over the smoke towards Catwalk, but the initial kills all go the way of Selfless. Mixwell, this smoke, if this affords him a kill, it does, and Mitch can't respond. He had a nade out or else he could have punished that. Somehow this round is brought into a 2-on-2. It's Tarek and Mixwell, the 2 AWPs versus Caboose and Mitch, and there goes Mixwell.
Nice move by Mitch, get on top of that box and just headshot him at the tip of his head.
Yeah, a very confident peek. As Mixwell was just kind of spamming through the boxes, trying to get a little bit fortunate. The 2 ops, and it's difficult to do this retake anyways. So Tarek now going to be the one, no kit as well on him, and just as he pulls his knife for a grenade out, Caboose peeks, gets that kill. So all tied up once again.
Nice spot by Caboose. People always check that connector area, and he was in an angle where if they're making a bunch of noise catwalk or window, he'd hear it. If he hears him, hops out through window, he'll be able to have the angle advantage on him, and you know, that's a nice spot by Caboose. I like it. Looks like Selfless, though. They're going to send them towards B tunnels, and Caboose is walking around middle, but decides to fall back. OpTic, though, they're playing 5 people towards middle, trying to counter this mid take, but they don't spot anyone just yet. They're going to fall back into B hold, and Nafly just killing someone, killing Breezy in lower tunnels.
Good kill there, good advantage for OpTic. Again, a little bit of a hurt buy with the Famas and a 5-7, but they're making it work very well. Mid control this time is denied, and here's Tarek as well, dinking nifty, going for the jump, and he's going to get it. And quickly, it's just down to Mitch.
That was very interesting take by Selfless right there. They got the kill, and then all of a sudden they just started falling apart.
So 2 rounds on the CT side for OpTic in double overtime.
We'll see. I mean, if they could pull off another T round, they could win, but Selfless, they seem to be doing pretty well on their CT side as well.
Yeah, we'll have to see if that can continue. Obviously, that will be interesting. I don't know how this. Oh, this is that last round. I thought that was going to be the boost round there. I don't know how that round did not just go cleanly to Selfless. But either way, getting one round on the T side for Selfless in a double overtime, not bad. Not bad.
Not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad.
Well, and OpTic switching into that double op setup in these overtimes when they have the money, obviously. You know, Tarek and Stan is on the first one, now Tarek and Mixwell, which obviously worked a little bit better. But what do you think? Does Selfless have this opportunity? Can they switch into a double op? I mean, I just don't know if it's going to be worth it for them. I did think that's what I'm trying to get at. I don't know if they'll be able to do it the same way and be as effective as OpTic will be.
You know, if they're able to have an AWP in middle and maybe AWP in A, I think that could help them. I don't know if they're comfortable having an AWP in A in middle, or I don't know if they even do the 2 AWP setup.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. They've gotten aggressive a couple times in mid with just the M4. So I mean, that versatility that those 5 rifles provide, or 4 rifles perhaps provides. If you have a double op setup, you're a little bit more limited in those kind of aggressive plays, especially if you need to recover from an aggressive play that didn't work as well as planned.
Yeah.
So I mean, if they're going to continue swapping between that aggressive mid and more passive mid, they might want to stick with the 1 AWP. But we certainly saw that it can be effective on the OpTic side of things in this match.
Yeah, I think it'd be key is just holding OpTic from sneaking a guy in connector. That's what really tore apart Selfless that last overtime. And I mean, OpTic, I don't think they're going to do it again because they're sending 4 people towards A, and looks like Tarek is going to be towards middle. But Selfless has 3 people in this area. They're going to try to stop it, yes, and they do. Caboose, spine off Tarek off the bat.
Tarek just sprinted up with no mind as if the connector wasn't even there on the map. Nifty with the kill, and Mixwell responds, but the rest of Selfless is here now, and this attack has been dwindled. All the bite of this attack has just been negated. There's nothing left for them to do. Mixwell finds one more. Can he convert another one? Almost, but no one on the staircase, or in the connector, excuse me, takes him down.
Nice round by
I don't
Selfless.
understand this play from Tarek or OpTic or what the plan of that was, because I mean, he had his knife out jumping. I don't know if he thought maybe there was supposed to be a connector smoke.
Maybe
Perhaps.
it was a miscommunication. I would think at least something towards that area. I'm confused on that as well. Maybe that's something they'll like to enlighten us on, and whoever wins this match. Maybe they'll be like, what were you doing? I don't know.
Well, it seems like Selfless, this is the boost that OpTic did, and Selfless like, all right, you want to bust that out?
Oh, they're ready for that one. That's
yeah, it works neither time from either team, and Caboose at least trades off Stanislaw. And now the A execute is on. 4 players coming in, and Selfless has to play this as a retake. They have no one in the site. A lot of utility being barraged out towards jungle. There's no smoke blocking CT spawn. No one wants to come through this. He looks like he was trying to, but the flashbang came out at the right moment. Tarek's going to get that bomb planted, and now it's a post plant, but they don't have a lot of options in terms of where they can play. There is a Molotov on Nifty. There is a Molotov on Caboose, so they can flame Tarek out, and there it comes. Can they punish this? Not quite yet. Oh, this will lurk from Nafly. This could be the game changer. Tarek gets a kill somehow. No one responds. And down into a 3-on-2. Naf still unheard of, and he finally gets that kill, and that might finally swing it in the way of OpTic. It does. 21 rounds for OpTic. This is their first map point.
Yeah, for how much utilities Team Selfless had that round, none of them were blind, really, I don't think. That was a very interesting retake by Team Selfless. Like, no one was even blind. It was like we had a guy half blind at Tetris, but that was it.
Good. I mean, good round overall from OpTic. That Nafly coming in for that lurk was huge. Even if they failed a little bit on the initial hold, he could have been there. But Nifty putting his team in great position to force a triple overtime. Man advantage as Tarek falls. Rush is going to get into its connector. What kind of play is he going to make? How aggressive does he want to be? Breezy's out in the open, but he's not peeking at the moment to capitalize on it. The rest of OpTic seems like they're lining up in these B halls.
But there's 3 people of Selfless in B. They're reading this like a book because Caboose is pushed up A, so he's all the way pushed up that A palace area, and looks like OpTic's going to be running into a trap. So if Selfless does not win this round, that'd be tragic.
Yeah, I mean, again, this aggressive push from a Selfless player down a ramp, this time in Palace, is getting so much information. Breezy still has to stay honest because Rush can come up connector, and indeed he is right now, but he's going to try and get his way all the way towards window room, but Nifty knows to watch that. It will come down towards timing when he checks this, and it's the wrong moment. It's the bad timing for Selfless. There goes one defender. And here comes this B hit. There's still 2 players here from Selfless. This is still doable. It's still in their opportunity, but no one misses his opportunity as well. Small timing mistakes for Selfless might just cost them this map, and Rush is still here to stop the rotations. He hears the footsteps. He knows he's going towards Catwalk, but everyone is gone from Selfless. They had a huge comeback. They've been trying to last with OpTic, and they've done it into double overtime, but finally now they falter, and OpTic will take the second map in double overtime, 22-20.
They had 3 people in that B bomb site when OpTic was about to hit the bomb site, and they still lose the round. That's ouch.
It's a game of seconds, right? Rush, I mean, you saw Nifty watching that murder hole, and then he looks away and he goes to throw a nade, and that's when Rush peaks. So a little bit unfortunate.
You got to trust your teammates. You know, you have the man advantage. You guys are in good spots. You have a guy pushed up or in Palace. In T-spawn already, so you know they have to go middle or B. I don't know. I don't know. I think the analysis should define this a little better.
Yes, they should. And also, we've been able to see this from time to time in between these rounds, but I would like to give you guys the viewing pleasure of the crestfallen Ryu.
Feels bad, man. Super close game. I said Selfless, entertaining Counter-Strike. A lot of opportunities on both sides to win that one out. 12-3 half at the start. 12-3 half the second half in the other direction. Goes to overtime. Couple rounds lost there. Well, give me your quick early thoughts.
Early thoughts that this should have been over a lot sooner than
Is there a
was.
round? So that was obviously a lot. There's like 60-something rounds. Was
Yeah.
there a round earlier?
You know, there was.
Like maybe like like last round of the first half of regulation? Is there anything that stood out there that maybe it could have made this a...
Well, Nifty won that 3v1, but it was off.
How did the 3v1 start?
It started with Tariq trying to knife Nifty.
It's a little bit of BM that could have come back to haunt.
Yeah.
Would you feel like
definitely could have won that?
It's the type of thing that you could demote someone from like an acorn to something like
maybe a smaller nut, like a peanut.
Like a
brain,
peanut brain.
Moved by Tariq
maybe.
there.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
We saw a lot of
After
opportunities
that.
in that first half. Yeah, I mean, it's funny because when that round happened, so if you guys didn't catch that, which you should because it was brilliant, the 3v1 Nifty had at the or the 1v3, I should say, at the end of the first half of regulation started with Tariq trying to knife him. And I said to Dazed, I hope we beat them by one round, and then that's the round we can analyze. And it seemed like so many times that was going to happen. As we take a look at some of the earlier action.
You guys decided to choke.
The very first pistol round, huge advantage. This is another round where it feels like, okay, Selfless hits their shots, Nifty opens up the round, bomb gets planted, there's a man advantage, it's a 3 versus 4, and the retake goes in favor of OpTic. Terrible post plant. Talk me through like general good guidance for post plant T side on A side of Mirage.
Constantly in post plant situations, Selfless was actually able to get a guy in connector, and that should just spell doom for the CTs. But that guy in connector always overpeaked and was never able to get his kill. CTs were able to just come up, use their utility, force them into a ramp, and ended up winning the round that way. But this round was huge. This gave OpTic complete control of that first half. Economically, they went up huge. I think they ended up winning the next 2 rounds, maybe put it to 8-1 or something like that. Before Self was able to get, I think they ended up with 3 rounds. So that round was pretty big.
Yeah, and the rounds were so close that even with that huge lead, we saw Selfless wins a round, and then in the 9th round, OpTic is on a save or a light, like a force by some pistols. See some flashbangs up here, and they saved the op from the round prior. Mixwell's going to walk around, make that work, and there's basically no map control. You can see here the stack is
I guess
a
I actually
perfect
won
read.
the next round. I was remembering incorrectly, but anyways, they give it right back, as Selfless seems to always do, right? Yeah.
Dude, there was like 7 3v5s tonight, man. It's a rough light. I tell you what, if I had hair this season and so many of these matches like this would have just completely erased the hair from my head.
Yeah, that round was just that was the round that kind of did what I said was what happened last round, where it's just economical, gives OpTic like complete control of the half after that. That really was the round.
Yeah, and then so very, very close at the end. It's 14-14. It's the 29th round.
Yep.
And just, again, a very, very close round. We see an early pick here. Nifty gets cut off or traded out in connector. Mitch with a really bad spray. And it seems like, okay, this round's going to go for OpTic, and they're going to have a chance to close it out. But a crazy hold and then a 1v1 makes this doable, makes the dream somewhat real, albeit briefly.
Yeah, I mean, Selfless had a great comeback. I think you should be proud of your boys, no matter what. Noah and Breezy over at that A site basically just had a complete like crossfire. Rush sneaks around here. No one's kind of clueless here. He's just looking towards CT spawn when he has a teammate there. The Bears was saying that, you know, he has no idea why he's looking there, but then Rush accidentally shows himself, peeks out a little bit too early, gives a spot away, and dies.
Super close match. A lot of opportunities, both teams to win that. Not only in regulation with some of those close rounds going in either direction, but then again in overtime. The last round, it was 15-14 in favor of Selfless. Stanislaw has a CZ, walks down the ramp and gets 2 kills. What advice would you give to someone on how to play when you know that you have superior weapons? Maybe it's a force buy or it's an anti-eco where they might not have anything, and your T side. How would you advise a team like this is the best way to play this type of round, where they were kind of walking, they got caught with nades out, and Stan had basically 2 free kills there?
Well, I think there's 2 different ways to approach it. Either you group up and you hit something together relatively quickly, because you don't want to give the other team a chance to push something and take control over a certain area of the map and then stack where you're hitting. Or, on a map like Mirage, you could spread out. You could hold for pushes for a while, then group up at the right time. and then hit something like you could have 1A halls, 1A ramp, 2 B halls, watch underpass and B, and 1 top mid or something like that, or 2 top mid, 2A, and then 1 B, and kind of just hold everywhere. So there's 2 different ways of playing it, but something like that.
We take a look at round 36, a very, very similar story. OpTic's able to force this into the second overtime. You can see they're just completely outmatched, outclassed in terms of firepower and utility. This, I think, is the round I was referencing. Sanzal gets 2 to start. Breeze tries to bring it back, gets a couple kills, but just too little, too late. We see no one on catwalk here. I don't know what was
he was trying to make
maybe
a play.
flank or make a play.
Yeah, had he just held middle back boxes, he probably gets a kill pretty easily. And instead, Stan just makes a great play and then pushes, gets two kills, flanks all the way into A halls towards Caboose here. Unlike Tariq, just CZs him real quick, and Breezy decides to inspect his weapon at the end of the round, so he can't even see anything.
Yeah, at the end of the round is weird. He had the gun, like the gun comes up sideways like that, and it blocked his view. We do have a guest that we have for a Skype interview. That is Nifty from Team Selfless. How's it going, Noah? I know.
Hey, man.
I can see by the look on your face. I know.
Yeah, yeah, it's going great, Steve. How are you guys? You
Good.
enjoy the match?
It was a good match.
It was close, man. You guys were bringing it back. That 1v3 you had at the end of the first half, right? Tarek tries to knife you. You kill him. You win the 1v3, and I say to Dazed, I hope we win by 1 round, because that's the round I'm going to go back to for Tarek trying to BM and getting punished for it. You guys had a couple opportunities. Talk me through your thoughts on that match.
Well, overall, I'd like to say I think everyone on the team did a great job. We did do our best. I feel like we definitely could have done better. We did come prepared for these guys. So we did have some plays. We were ready. We followed through. Sometimes things just didn't go in our favor. Like, for example, the last T round we had on I think it was one of those overtimes, maybe the second overtime. It's very unfortunate. Stan made a really good play. I think we did whiff a couple shots there, myself and Mitch combined. But props to him. He played well. He had some nice shots there. We could have closed it out right there, actually. But I think if we just play a little bit more clean, a little bit more together, keep the comms up, things like that. I think we actually could have come out with a 2-0, honestly.
No, you definitely could have. And the one thing I want to point out is that there's so many opportunities that you guys have going 3v5, things like that, and you guys seem to, give the round away. You don't throw a smoke. You don't wait for each other. Do you think that's just like a communication issue? What's going on there? Are certain people not taking the initiative? Because at the end of the day, the strat caller can only say so much. Sometimes you're not going to be, especially as an opper, you're not going to be in position. You're not going to be in position to say that. So what do you think the issues are there?
I think one of our biggest weaknesses right now is communication, for sure. And it happens in all situations. It could be retakes, could be post plants, it could be just coordinating a double peek, right? It could be coordinating a pop flash, peek somewhere, etc. So I do think that is one of the main causes to our problem with things like that. But yeah, sometimes we do have a problem with not having someone take the initiative. I feel like, I try to as much as I can, but, like you said, like I can't, it's really difficult to be scoped in on somewhere, with the op and holding and also make all those comms. So yeah, we do have quite a few problems there, but I think we'll make it along pretty well.
So last question before we let you go for the night, Noah. What did you tell the guys down 12-3? Right, you guys had a really close. You had an opportunity to win cash. You mentioned we could have gone 2-0 on the night. You're down 12-3 at halftime. You guys came out really composed, poised. Obviously, a huge comeback. Does that matter? You have my permission to give them just a smack upside the head. What did you say to the guys at half? Like, we're down 12-3. What did you tell them to allow them to maintain that composure to make that a tough match?
As any other leader would, it's just we need to come out fighting. Like, we take those fights together, keep the comms up. We know that we have problems, and it's really weird, man. It seems like on some maps, comms can be a little rough, almost as like our reaction to certain things. It might not be like second nature yet. Like, we might not know exactly what our reaction should be if something happens, which therefore comms are kind of low. Nobody's not too sure of what to do. But I just said, let's keep the comms up. Let's take fights together. Let's work as a team, and let's do our thing, because we know we can play close games, and we know that we can even beat these teams. We can beat them 2-0. So just went in with that confidence. and try to bring it back what best we could.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great effort. Obviously would have loved to have the win, but we see it's there. We know it's there, right? So
Yeah.
thanks for the interview. Do me a favor, whatever that bag of garbage is behind you on that desk, throw that out, man. You know what that stuff does to me.
That's Caboose, always eating.
Caboose.
Yep.
Cool. Thanks, Dove. Have a good night. I'll give you a text in a little bit.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
Sure. Thank you.
Telling you, man. So much talent on him. Great attitude, great work ethic. He's probably downloading the demos right now and giving him a review, looking for those opportunities that we just talked about. And
yeah, whenever I play with him, I always see a lot of potential, great attitude. Yeah, I think he's a good upcoming talent.
Yep, good kid. So let's we're gonna take a look at today's results. Might be a little bit interesting. We were expecting maybe the first matches, the Brazilian battle, to be the close matches, and then it ended up being the second one. What were your thoughts there? And I think I said 60 rounds. Looking at that overtime score, my math is atrocious. What were your thoughts? SK, Immortals. We were expecting like this is gonna be what this last map was. Right? It's gonna be a battle, it's back and forth, super close, and then we see a 16-4 stomping of the best team in the world.
Yeah, I mean, Immortals, just super impressive performance by them. Phelps and Henny especially were lights out, incredible. I think SK played maybe, Immortals probably had 27 or so CT rounds versus SK, and I think Immortals won 23 or 24 of those rounds.
That's as someone that loves CT side, I'm a defense first, right? Defense with champions. I'd love to see that. Let's take a look at Saturday's matches. We will have the day off tomorrow, but we will be back Saturday. There's actually 6 maps. We take a look at the first 4 here. It's going to be C9 against Energy, 2 of the top 6 teams right now that are in the offline playoffs. If it were to end, if the season ended today, we see them on Cash and Mirage. Then we see SK against Splice, Cash and Mirage as well. It's interesting. Not sure that that's going to be super close, but if Splice wants to avoid, there's a lot to play for both teams there. And then we will see Echo Fox up against Winter Fox. That looks like Dust 2 in the graphic. And is that Overpass?
Yeah, the Foxes
there. The Battle of the Foxes. I like that. Yeah. Dust and Overpass. Yep, Dust 2 and Overpass for those matches. So, again, 6 maps on Saturday. Any last thoughts for the day?
Last thoughts? I am beat, man. Those are my last
thoughts. A lot of
thoughts.
Counter-Strike today, Dave.
Can I get the ESL to host my stream? I can come home and play some CS on it.
I can sit here and just talk to you. You just shoot me a text when you get there.
Yeah,
we can see.
just, hey, host
I don't know if we have approval for that, but I could try it. And I wanted to just be like, there's a lot of Counter-Strike today, Dave. Thoughts?
Yeah. Thoughts on Counter-Strike?
Thoughts? Question mark. So that's going to do it for all of us here at ESL Pro League today. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, we will be off tomorrow, but we will be back Saturday with the 6 maps that we just showed to you then. Hope to see you Saturday.